What's up, guys? Zenigami here. Let's go through 60 stamina Shiki Raid. Shiki the Golden Lion. Oh yes, we are going to be using a double NL team, but this team is going to be using a few rare recruit characters. It's Marco and Whitebeard. We're using Marco and Whitebeard. Okay, Marco, Whitebeard, that's who we're using. This NL does not have max recovery, and it just shouldn't make a difference, you know. That tiny bit should not make a difference. The Despair, I actually would rather have it with max Despair if I am going to take him, so let's see if we can get a better Enel. One of the problems with the Japanese version is it's pretty hard for me to find a good Enel captain, because a lot of people just don't level up their Enels properly. There we go. That's what we're going to be using. So, Stage 1, Stage 2, Stage 3, Stage 4. At none of these stages you can actually stall well on turtles, but since we have a Enel captain, we're going to be doing most of our stalling right here on Stage 1. We'll take care of all these guys and leave one of them alive. You can start your healing whenever you can. These guys will attack you for 7,100 damage every 2 turns. So if you have Enels without any auto recovery like I do, you heal 3,500 with 2 Enels with max recovery. Which means that these guys will do just basically a little over your health in damage every 2 turns. So I'm just going to be basically taking 100 damage every 2 turns, which it still means I can stall forever, more or less. So we'll just get punched here for a while. Let's talk about some of the other stuff on this island. Shiki has a new mechanic we've never seen before, and that is captain swapping. So what Shiki's going to do is Shiki's actually going to change our captain out with one of our sub-units. So that changes the captain ability. If you had a double health captain, you would lose out that extra health just as if that captain were silent. So I was using, for example, Enel plus a Jozu. If I lost a Jozu, I would lose out that extra health. If you get a character that doubles your health, like if I had a Jozu slide into the captain slot, it does not give you extra health. That works as if your captain became unsilenced. You would just get extra max health, but your current health would not change. So you can't sneakily increase your health by putting a Jozu here to swap into there or something like that. But your friend captain's always going to stay the same. It's always going to be your captain that does the swapperinos. So that's going to be below 50% health. He'll give us all badly matching orbs. There we go. Doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter. Next stage, however, we got to be very, very careful because next stage has the fisherman fodder unit that silences. And so we're going to see if we can get some better matching orbs here. In fact, it's not hard to get better matching orbs than all badly matching orbs. This fishman right here, he's got to go down because what he'll do is he will despair both of your captains for 5 turns. I don't believe many teams actually want that to happen. So we'll take him out, take some characters out along the way. These guys, the guys in the suits, will always increase the cooldown of whatever type they are weak against by 2 turns. So if one of them lives, well, we'll just let them both live, it doesn't really matter. They're going to each increase my Whitebeard's cooldown by 2 turns. So he'll go up to a 4-turn cooldown right here. I just wanted to get some more matching orbs. There we go. Because the next turn is going to be the squid turn. And the squid, I call it squid turn because he's the only one important here. He is going to paralyze 1 unit. And normally paralysis works kind of like paralyze in Pokemon, where it has a chance of not being able to attack, but this squid's paralysis is super strong. I mean, watch this. Bam, can't attack. So far, out of all my runs, I'm sorry, there's a bit of a laser light show. Droid Frex sometimes is acting up a bit. I might move over to Nox NOx emulators soon. But I've never had that character attack, no matter what kind of thing we're doing. That character the attack always fails. On this stage, we want to let the T-Rex survive, because the T-Rex will attack every 3 turns for 10,000 damage, which means we can stall the T-Rex just fine. But we're already at max specials. And more fail attacks. Thanks. Take out the T-Rex. So if you need to use a special, if you can't kill things here, you can always use a special. For example, maybe a Whitebeard or something like that to help you get rid of all the characters on that stage, or get rid of the squid, and then you can stall and heal on the T-Rex too. Here, we're gonna be very careful to make sure we kill the Mantis guy on his turn 2. Seahorse has 6 turns as usual. Seahorse goes down. Oh man, no, I want you to attack the Seahorse. And I'd rather attack the Mantis with that attack, honestly. I'll heal back up that health, that's no problem. And reduce attack for 3 turns. How much do you reduce attack by? I actually don't remember. Oh, it's actually a pretty significant attack reduction. Ooh, okay, well, it's okay. Let's just kill her. And this guy. The reason we want to get rid of him so badly, and oh man, it's gonna be bad. Oh no, it's gonna be bad. Here's the blind. Oh, he enrages. Ooh, yes, he enrages. Whew. There's 2 different types of birds of this insect. 2 different types of insect. It either enrages below 20%, or it blinds you. So if you can get it below 20%, it'll do the enrage instead. So we barely got it below 20% there. That's good. We don't have to get blinded for 11 turns. That's kind of a kick in the pants. And then he will shuffle next turn, so we are gonna be just fine. Doesn't matter what orbs we keep. Bye. Hey, Shiki. Shiki the Golden Lion will preemptively swap our captain out with somebody else, and if we stop right there, there's actually something you can do. You can actually reset that swap, but if you reset the swap, it has to be done before your turn, just like any other RNG manipulation does, except when you come back in, it'll always set it to the captain on the right side. So first, it'll swap on one of your bottom characters. The first preemptive swap will happen to swap one of your bottom characters with your captain. But whenever we exit out of the game and come back in, we're guaranteeing that it's going to swap with the bottom right character. So he's going to swap to Marco now instead. Swap. There we go. Gives us the Marco. Now, it doesn't actually give us more... give us any damage reduction, because he is going to... he's going to halve our health this next turn. And we actually lose out on a lot of damage because of that attack reduction. But, oh, actually, attack reduction's gone. Thank you so much, Shiki, for doing a preemptive attack. That's right. So we can attack here as normal. And then we're going to be bursting him on turn 4. Turn 4, we're going to get DeMarco and Enel captains back up. And then we're going to be bursting there. So here we'll use Whitebeard. And then the next turn, he's going to swap with one of our middle row captains. And honestly, I actually should probably have Kizaru on the right side here, because Kizaru as a captain will at least have himself boost his own damage, whereas Whitebeard as a captain is useful if you can't get it on turn 4 and you have to burst on turn 5, and you have Whitebeard as a captain on turn 5. So you can have Whitebeard and Enel as captains on turn 5 to do the burst, or on turn 4, we're going to have Enel and Marco as captain, using this team specifically. If you don't have Whitebeard, you can always use Mihawk. But then you don't have the option of doing a turn 5 burst for Whitebeard, which is just fine. The only 6-star character you need to have on this team is Marco. You cannot do this without Marco, because we're going to be healing back to full with Marco. Or at least this team specifically. You can absolutely do a team that's free to play like this, except you swap out Marco with Doflamingo, and you swap out Whitebeard for Mihawk. In fact, that is the strategy that we use on our free to play team that goes next. It's the exact same team. Swap Whitebeard for Mihawk, swap Marco for Doflamingo. You don't do as much damage, but you do almost still get to kill him. We're going to leave him above 50%. Actually, his health does not matter. His health does not matter. We already got past that. I'm still thinking of while we were playing with numbers before, trying to figure out what the raid does. And he doesn't do stuff based on health, he does stuff based on the number of turns. So boom, boom, boom. With our Enel heal, we'll still be able to heal up just a touch more. He will clear buffs and prevent debuffs for 2 turns. And then next turn, he will swap with the bottom row, and that's going to be the turn that we're bursting. So here, our Enels will heal us up beyond that 7,800 damage, or 7,008 damage that we're going to take. We don't have any good matching orbs here, so if we do have some good matching orbs, you could try to be clever maybe and try to save some orbs for your burst turn. But with Kizaru and Vista, those are the only orbs we need. We are guaranteed that we have the 3 orbs we need. Oh. So let's see. Alright, he did get the Marco, that's good. If he hits the Vista, we have to exit out, reset to make sure you get the right captains. You get the right captain up there. Vista gives us matching orbs on the bottom. And then we use Enel, and then you use Kizaru, and then you use Marco. So, some things to note about Shiki. If you continue on, if you happen to be able to stall for a long time, maybe you get lots of food orbs or something like that, or maybe you're just using a team with lots of health and you're playing on stalling a lot, he will repeat turns 1 through 4, which are he will cut your health by half and swap one of your bottom captains. He will attack and so swap with bottom, then swap with middle, then clear buffs and prevent debuffs for 2 turns. And he'll repeat those. Swap with bottom, swap with middle, clear buffs. Oh, I'm sorry, there's one more. Swap with bottom, swap with middle, clear buffs and debuffs. And then after the clear buffs and debuffs turn, he will swap with bottom and he will delay the right side captains. Delay the right side characters for 1 turn. So he'll delay the right side character specials for 1 turn after this turn right here. So next turn he'll do an attack and delay the right side for 1 turn. It has a different animation on that one. But this is a turn you want to burst on, ideally. Right here, you get your bottom row captain up there, and you burst here. And we are going to be saving our second Enel special. I can actually afford to hit some greats here. We are going to be saving our second Enel special because Shiki will revive himself. He only heals for 30. It's only 30 health. But he boosts his defense by a huge number. And he will boost his attack to 21,000 damage. It doesn't matter where he swaps because now we're just going to use Enel to kill it. So there's 2 ways to kill Shiki once he revives. I mean, you could use anything that... you can use a sugar. You can use anything that deals exact damage. For example, Enel deals exact damage. Or you can have your entire team have combos over 30. I'm sure there's some kind of Buffalo team you can work out. Maybe a double Buffalo captain to kill Kizaru and Shiki. I keep wanting to call him Kizaru. Kill Shiki and just blast him away. Hey, apparently I've never gotten that girl before. Okay. But what does Shiki do, right? We've got Shiki. We've got a new raid boss. What does he do? Well, we have his stats and all his stuff in the database. But since I've got you here, we might as well share the knowledge and the wealth. He is... Where is he? He is a strength slasher driven character, so he's gonna be our best slasher, farmable slasher character now besides Arlong. Rip Arlong. His captain ability is 2 times attack and 2 times health for driven characters, so he is a health driven captain. And his special ability is he will boost driven characters' attack by 1.75 for 1 turn. He will change any block orbs or bother orbs, G orbs, and bomb orbs into matching orbs for driven characters, which is he's a type booster and he's an orb manipulator. That's already great. And he also deals a large amount of damage to all enemies. So we don't know exactly what that large amount of damage is. We'll be calculating that, and once we get it, we'll have that as a note on the database. But he is not only an orb manipulator, but he's also a driven type booster for 1.75 times for 1 turn, and he's a strength slasher, the best free-to-play strength slasher now, besides Arlong, because, you know, rip Arlong. Guys, that is Shiki Raid. We have the free-to-play team that I talked about. That is this team right here. Except, of course, you just ignore the ship. You want Whitebeard's ship. It gives you more health. This is the free-to-play version of this team. It's a little less consistent because you don't have Marco to heal. You can't use that as a save me. And what you want to do here is you want to move your orbs up, or use Kizaru special, then use Doflamingo and move orbs up, or use Vista, move orbs, and then use Kizaru's special. That way you can get at least 3 specials. With this team, you basically need to get all 4 specials matching. Figure out how much damage you can do with this team, and just burst them down as hard as you can. You gotta get the right orbs with this team. Whereas with Whitebeard Marco, you can with Marco Captain, you basically can kill Shiki every single time. Thank you so much for watching. Extra special thanks to our Patreon subscribers, and extra special thanks to everyone here watching with us on Twitch and trying to figure out exactly what he does. I've been Zenigami. Y'all stay beautiful.